Hello guys and welcome to another week of workouts. I know you love these videos, so I'm bringing another one to you again today. This was the last week of my current workout plan before I slightly changed it. So starting here with push day, and we're doing the Smith machine bench press. I actually love this now. Gives me a bit more of a safety net when training alone. And every set here, I'm doing 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. This was my week of the half marathon, so I kind of deloaded the lower body sessions, kept upper roughly where it was. But yeah, I did Smith machine bench to target the chest, and then we moved on, staying on Smith machine, to Smith machine shoulder press. This one is so humbling. It feels so easy when you just do the bar, then you put the weights on, and it feels like a shit ton of bricks. But really working on driving through those feet and keeping my back flat against the bench when doing this one. Again, doing 10 to 12 reps. As you can see, here is me with all of the toe taps. I am awful for this. I'm the main culprit. And then we went into a dumbbell chest exercise, which is going to be our dumbbell incline bench press. And never something I've really done until the last few months. I've never been much of an incline girly. I think finding the pathway of the weight, especially when it's 2 individual dumbbells in comparison to 1 big barbell, it's a lot harder. But here we are, going to that muscle man position, forming that 90-degree angle, then bringing them back up and in. I think I was doing 12s here. Definitely finding it easier the more I do this one. Again, keep my back flat, foot drive, pushing through my feet to really help me on the way back up. And breathing and bracing my core between every single rep, trying to make each rep look the same. And then we went on to another shoulder exercise in this push day, and this is going to be the fixed pin shoulder press machine, as you will see in a second. Nothing much to say about this one. Again, using that foot drive, nice and quick on the way up, controlling a bit more on the way down. This was probably, in hindsight, a little bit too easy for me watching this back. It did not feel like I was going this fast, but that's why I record our videos, guys, to check if we're doing well with form and if there's anything we can improve on. Then my tricep exercise, I love an unassisted bodyweight dip. So we used the dip machine and just doing as many reps as possible here for all of the 3 sets, keeping those elbows in. Try not to let them flare as much as possible. Although when the gym is designed for men and everything's very wide, that can be quite hard sometimes. Then we were going into a shoulder superset. This is the first exercise being dumbbell lateral raises, and the second exercise is going to be our dumbbell frontal raises. We're doing 10 to 12 of each reps. I kept the weight the same for both, and this is a killer superset because both exercises target the shoulders, so therefore you really feel the burn, especially by the time you get to the second exercise. I always end up contemplating my life decisions when I do this one, but it feels super spicy, super good afterwards. As you can see me suffering now as we're getting towards midway through the frontal raises. And then I have one more exercise in this workout, and this is just bodyweight push-ups. Again, bodyweight exercises I tend to do AMRAP, just do as many as I can. My reps tend to go down between the sets, but you can do these on your knees if you aren't that confident. And then with all these workouts, I do my ab work and my Stairmaster at the end as well. And then the next day was quads and calves. So here's me looking to check the cameras on, obviously. And we're going into the 45-degree leg press first. Obviously, just the disclaimer, I did warm up and cool down around each of these exercises, but I didn't want to show that. The gym was quite busy at times. So starting with a warm-up set with just a machine, and then I started adding on some weight, really working on depth here, keeping those knees forwards, not letting those knees turn in, keeping those toes facing forwards as well. Deep breath in before I go, exhaling as I push away, really getting that depth. Again, 10 to 12 reps here for every single set is the goal. And then I did have to switch things around a little bit here. I did do bodyweight squat, not bodyweight squats, guys. I did barbell back squat, but kept it a little bit lighter, but I couldn't film this. It was a little bit busy at the time I was doing that. And then I did Smith machine calf raises to target those calves. I always feel like I'm quite heavy through this one. I put a weight plate underneath my toes and then my heels on the floor and go up onto those toes nice and quickly, slowly lowering my heels back down to the floor. And then we're going for my lovely superset for the quads, which is a quad isolation exercise. We are starting with our single leg extensions. Always when doing a single leg or single arm exercise, start with the leg or arm that is weakest do as many reps as you can with that weight, ideally into the rep range. And then when you do it on the stronger side, you're going to match it, so we're not making that imbalance between sides even bigger. And when I'd done this with both legs, I think I managed a full 12 here, I'm not going to lie. I'm then just going to quickly change the weight to something a bit heavier, putting both legs behind, and we're going to do a double leg or normal leg extension. You really do feel the burn, as you can see here. Again, definitely contemplate my life decisions with some of the supersets in these workouts, but they do amazing things and they're all isolations, so you really feel it in the muscles by the end. And then the last exercise I did was walking lunges. I always like to add these in. It's transferable to high rocks as well, so that's really good. And I'm going to try and make my back knee touch the floor. Definitely give myself 101 bruises through this. Doing 10 per leg or 20 total. And I kind of just travel down the length of the gym and turn around when I get halfway. This is a really good burner to finish off the workout. Like I said, I did barbell back squats as well. Just couldn't film these ones. And then the next day it was pull. So I do also normally do a posterior chain workout. However, I didn't this week for a deload for the race. So start with cable lat pullovers, hinging at the hips, making my chest face the floor. And we're going to do that scooping motion. I like to refer to this for my clients as starting with our arms by our ears, scooping the ice cream, bringing those elbows in nice and tight so the bar comes to our belly button, and then slowly reversing it, blocking again those arms up by those ears, not letting them go any further. I then always like to try and add in my pull-ups quite close to, is it chin-ups? It's pull-ups or chin-ups. I can't remember which one I do on this one and which one I do on posterior. But yeah, keeping them quite close to the start of the workout because I like to try and build up my reps and see if I can push myself more and more. But if I do this towards the end of my pull workout when I've done lots of upper back and bicep exercises, I know for sure that's definitely not going to happen. As of this week, when I'm filming this, I managed to get 6 on one of my workouts this week, which I'm really proud of myself for. Because this is such a hard exercise to even be able to do one of, girls. And then we're going into our barbell bent over row. I always have an overhand grip and I use straps when my grip is a limiting factor. I have the world's smallest hands, so I try not to use it until I really need.